everyone, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my tabletop TBR and it's gonna get fun. It's gonna get fun. So as usual, we start with six rolls, and I do doubles. I have spots on my game that like to trip me up. If you'd like to know all the rules, I will link the introduction video in the description below, as well as the playlist of me playing all of my different TBR games that I have had. Because yes. So real quick, my reading in July has been pretty good. I have 4 books left to read, and I have 10 days to do it, and that actually should be fine. I usually go through a book every day or two. I just finished Eddie LaRue. Oh my god, I just want to gush about it. I just want to gush about it. So if you haven't been recommended Eddie LaRue, The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue by V. Schwab, if you haven't heard of it, where have you been? Please go get it. It is fantastic. I cried and was happy and all the things. So anyways, reading this month's going good. I always do my punishment pull in my wrap up because that's when I know if I've read all my books. So without any more babbling, let's get into roll number 1. All right, y'all, we're gonna start with 6 rolls. Let's see how this goes. Roll number 1. Next up, I'm gonna roll this guy, which is a 4, which is a start with. So roll number 1 was a start with. And so I'm gonna put my little thing up here and we're gonna figure out what letter I get, and that can be either the letter that starts the title or one of the author's names, usually the last name. If I have to get real tricky, sometimes it's the first name. But so far, I've been doing okay with the letter. So I got L. And this one, I could have chosen quite a few of them, but this one was short, and so I was actually pretty excited about it because the description sounds good. It's called The Ballad of Black Tom, and that's by Victor Lavelle. And I've got the description here, so I'm gonna read it to you guys. It says, people move to New York looking for magic and nothing will convince them it isn't there. Charles Thomas Tester hustles to put food on the table, keep roof over his father's head, from Harlan to Flushing Meadows to Red Hook. He knows what a magic suit can cast, the invisibility a guitar case can provide, and the curse written on his skin that attracts the eye of wealthy white folks and their cops. But when he delivers an occult tome to a reclusive sorceress in the heart of Queens, Tom opens a door to a deeper realm of magic and earns the attention of things best left sleeping. A storm that might swallow the world is building in Brooklyn. Will Black Tom live to see it break? That sounds pretty awesome. It's like a 3 or 4 hour book, so I am super excited to have this on my list, even though I probably could have replaced it with something I actually need to read. It just sounded cool. So there we go. Let me know if you've read it. I'd love to know if anybody else knows about this book. Anyways, good start. Let's get off to roll number 2. Roll number 2 is 11. Oh, guys. I'm gonna have to roll 7 rolls, and we're going to be doing a challenge. Like, I don't have enough challenges I'm in the middle of right now. Alright. Let's do that guy. Oh, rank favorite authors challenge. So this isn't something that I have to like do a whole lot of reading for. I like that. So ready? We're off to a great start, and I've already got a challenge to do. Fortunately, it is not a bad challenge. It is going to be, I'm going to be ranking my favorite authors challenge, so I don't have to actually read anything. Just have to do a video ranking my favorite authors, some of which I have back here. Christopher Pike. He's one of my favorites. I have a whole list that I'm gonna look at, and it's gonna probably not be that much of a range because I tend to read a lot of fantasy. I also have some romance authors in there, maybe a horror author or two. So there we go. All right, that should be fun. Let's get on to roll number 3. Roll number 3 is a doubles. Of course it is. Brings us up to 8 rolls. I'm gonna roll this guy again, and it's an 8, which is a second chance. So roll number 3 is a doubles, so now we're up to 7 rolls. Yay. This always happens to me, so I'm like trying not to get too freaked out about having lots of books on my TBR. Here is my second chance jar. It is the jar where I have my DNFs from other challenges, ones that I actually want to give a second chance to. So let's... And I have very few in there, by the way, because I've only done a couple first chapter challenges. So Let's see what I get. What are you? It scares me that I don't know what this is. The Wright Brother. Anyways, The Wright Brother by K.A. Lindy. I know this is about a girl who had a relationship with a brother and then goes and sleeps with the other brother later, and there's this whole thing. I remember enjoying the first chapter. We'll see if I get through it. So that one's gonna be my pick. What roll are we on? We're on roll. We're gonna go to roll number 4 now. So let's just go do that. Roll number 5. 8. Where am I going? I was about to shit myself if I landed on that guy again. We're gonna roll on this guy again. And it's a 12, which is randomize my library. Alright, so we're going to go to randomize my library, and I'm gonna put the number generator up here. So it's 129, and 129 on my list was American Spy. Who is that by? American Spy, and that is by Lauren Wilkinson. And let's see. Ooh, it's got a lot of good feedback on it. What if your sense of duty required you to betray the man you love? Oh, it's going to be 1986, the heart of the Cold War. Marie Mitchell is an intelligence officer for the FBI. She's brilliant, she's a young black woman, and she's working in the old boys club. Her career stalled out, she's overlooked for a high-profile squad, and her days are filled with monotonous paperwork. Okay, so she's going to go in a task force. She's going to go try to undermine the communist ideology with the revolutionary president, Borican Faso. Don't ask why I had to say it that way. That's probably not even close to how you say it, but you know, yes. Ooh, so she actually secretly likes what he's doing for his country. Interesting. Alright, so she's gonna go spy. She's spying on somebody who's a communist, and that makes me automatically, obviously, think Russia, because that's what we had in the Cold War, was against Russia. Okay, anyways, not a history person. Looks interesting. I like spy stuff, I think. I like spy stuff. I like FBI stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'm gonna go on to, what roll are we on? So we're gonna go on to roll number 5. Roll 6. 8. Of course. We've got 9, which is a freebie. I get to pick from my freebie jar. Number 5 is my freebie jar, which is this guy, freebie, my Kindle jar, because these are not even half of my free books that I've gotten on my Kindle, because thank you, BookBub. So I want to get through some of these. So there's a lot. I'm gonna dig in there. I really want something random. Can I do it without spilling all the other ones? I got one. Okay, I'm gonna put you over there. I'm gonna need you in a second. Huh, okay. No idea. This is The Cruel Love by Nikki J. Summers. Well, trusty iPad. So this is a romance, a Dark Hearts standalone. I like the cover. I like the black and white with a little bit of pink. Let's see, don't trust the fairy tales. They trick you into believing true love will appear on the back of a white horse. A perfect form of Prince Charming. Mr. Right was so very wrong, etc. Live in a cruel and I'm terribly butchering this, and I'm sorry for that. Some things, bad things happen to good people for no reason. Life is cruel. She thinks her life's mapped out to marry her high school sweetheart. He already has everything planned down to the last detail. Nothing works out the way it's supposed to, and so they find themselves thrown together. And the enemy you think you know isn't actually what they seem. Okay. Okay, I can deal with that. We'll see how this goes. And I'm gonna get on to roll number 6. Roll number 7. 5. Oh, holy cow, we actually get a regular prompt. Oh shit. Okay. DNF revive. So roll number 6 is a DNF revive. So this just means something that I DNF'd and plan to get back to. I'm gonna pick one of those. And I have the perfect one in mind because I've been needing to finish it because I'm in the middle of that series. And that is The Poet by Michael Connelly. I am 50% of the way through The Poet. It was way back when, a 500-page prompt of mine, and I just didn't get through it. I have read the sequel to it already. And I've read on in the Bosch series, which this is a part of, but it also has all sorts of other characters in it. I think it's technically a McAvoy novel, but that's the one I'm gonna go with. They're gonna try to catch a serial killer together. Let's get on to roll number 7. In our 8th roll. Give me a small number. Well, the good news is I don't have to do another extra book on top of this. I have to do a second challenge for this video. I should have known. I should have known. I should know these things are not going to end up well. Let's see what this guy has to offer. Wait a second. That's a repeat challenge. All right. Let's see what these guys have to offer me. I kind of want you, I think. Let's see. 10 chapter challenge. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, that's going to be a fun. I'm seeing a theme this month with freebies, because that's what that's for. All right. So rule number 7 is fun. Is a 10 chapter challenge. So I'm gonna do a video for this. I can't really tell you which one I'm reading because I haven't read all of the chapters yet, but how I'm gonna do this is this lovely one again, my freebie box. I'm gonna pull 10 books and then I'm going to read the first chapters of all 10 books and decide which one I'm going to read for the month. And the other ones, if I enjoy the first chapter, will go in my second chance jar. If I did not, they'll just go. So that's how that's going to work. You'll have to wait for the video to see what I got. All right, let's get on to our final and 8th roll, because I don't think I counted earlier that challenge for ranking authors. I kind of need to add a book for that because this has +1 roll. So only 7 books. So we're okay. We're okay. Let's get on to our last roll. So if you were paying close attention, you will have noticed that I went from 3 to 5 because I wrote my doubles down and didn't do that appropriately. So let's roll that extra roll. Now I started here, or I ended there. So this is actually roll number 8, which is 8. And it's a double prompt. Okay, my prompt card, and I'm going to do my highest rated series. Okay. Our final roll, roll 8, was a double prompt, and I pulled highest rated and start a series. Not the easiest combo I would think to go with, but when I looked up my Goodreads, it was actually pretty straightforward. First, I didn't think about the first one being the one that I was going to read because I was like, I'm already reading that. And then I realized it's a different series by an author I've already been reading. So the actual book I'm going to be reading is Cry Wolf by Patricia Briggs. This is her Alpha Omega series, I think it's called. Let's look up what it's about, because I have been reading her Mercy Thompson series and I absolutely love it. So Cry Wolf. So Anna never knew werewolves existed until the night she survived a violent attack and became one herself. After 3 years at the bottom of the pack, she learned to keep her head down and never ever trust dominant males. But Anna is the rarest kind of werewolf, an Omega, and one of the most powerful werewolves in the country is about to recognize her value as a pack member and as his mate. Oh, I wonder who that is. I wonder if it's the same world as Mercy Thompson, because if it is, I have an idea who that will be. And that would be an awesome little romance story. That's all I'm saying. It's a series. I am excited to get to it. So that's all I've got for my tabletop TBR. However, I was thinking about participating in a read-a-thon this month, and that is the ketchupathon. Oh, who runs the ketchupathon? Let's look at that. So the ketchupathon by the bumbling blogger. I like watching her. She pulls ducks for her TBRs, and I think that's really cool. So I do have quite a few prompts that I'm going to try to fill, but they are not part of my TBR. Like, I'm not going to get punished if I don't fill them. So the ketchupathon is obviously books that you want to catch up on, things that you've DNF'd, you've only gotten halfway through, or things that you really need to read and just haven't picked up yet. The first one is Ketchup, and this is a childhood favorite or a middle grade. And so I, of course, was thinking Thirst Volume 2, because I read the first one, which is the first 3 books, and I haven't gotten to the second one, and I want to get to the other 3 books behind it that I've never read before, and I just haven't gotten to it because it's a big chunker of a book, and I've been doing audiobooks lately, and it's just, it hasn't been on my thing. I'm gonna go with Thirst Volume 2 by Christopher Pike. Second prompt is a barbecue, and this is outside vibes or nature, and so I'm going to pick Half Wild by Sally Green. I am 14% of the way into this book right now, and I really want to finish it. I just didn't get to it. And that, by the way, is the second book in the Half Bad series, which was a really cool book to begin with, about witches and being good or a bad witch and what that means, and the whole council who are evil, by the way, and lots of nature and lots of fighting. Lots of nature and lots of fighting. Lots of torture in the first one. So, yeah. Prompt number 3 is Mayo, and that is a 5-star prediction, and I've had 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. See, I could have done this one for the Owl before, but I didn't. And that's because not only is it on my 21 before 2021 list, but I want to read it for a challenge as well. So it'd be really nice if I actually got through it. 4 is a Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. I don't know how you say that, but that's how I grew up saying was Worcestershire. So Worcestershire sauce is a classic. And I don't have one for this, so I thought it might be fun to pull something from my classics jar, which, if you know, I don't like classics. That's why it's in this jar, in Tina. So I've got quite a few. I'm gonna pick one and see if it speaks to me. It might get read this month. If not, it'll go back in the jar, and it will be fine. It's a really short one. Oh my god. Oh my god. The reason why this one is really funny that it popped up is because my main character in my Wheeling the Alpha series, Winter, regularly reads The Art of War. And so it'd be really good to know what happens in The Art of War, because it's part of my character's persona. But it's a really long book. How long of a book? Let's look at how long this book actually is. It actually says it's not as long as I thought it was. So 384 pages, that's actually not bad. I will look forward to trying to get through that then. All right, I was wrong. No, not that long of a book. Okay, so prompt number 5 is horseradish sauce, or I like to call it horsey sauce. And there's a bittersweet book. And I once again chose The Poet because I need to finish it. I do believe it's a bittersweet kind of book because of who's in it and the things that I know what happens because I read the sequel already. But yeah, that's by Michael Connelly, and I'll be finishing that up because that's the point of this, is to finish reads. And I doubled up on one, finally. And the last prompt for the ketchupathon is salt. So this is a mad, strong opinion, reread, controversial author. And I don't have a prompt for this. So I would love some suggestions in the comments below. What do you think I'm gonna love or hate? What did you love or hate, so that I can pick something that's gonna be good? Do I have any controversial authors that I like? I know some people don't like Megan March, and I love Megan March, so maybe I'll read a Megan March book because favorite author. I don't know. We'll figure that out, I guess, as we go along, and it'll be in my wrap-up. We'll figure it out later because people are home. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you're reading in August, and I will see you next time. Bye. Say my first thoughts on these rolls. Okay. I can make this work. I can.